It always feels like we're getting poorer. Every single day things are costing more. Energy bills, bills for food's going up, doubling prices. And it's a hard thing for everyone. Watch the video and find out more.
Why does it feel like we're getting poorer? Have you noticed it? That strange feeling that no matter how hard you work, no matter how careful you are with money, life somehow feels more expensive than ever before. You're not imagining it. Across Britain, millions of people are asking the same question. Why does it feel like we're getting poorer? A loaf of bread, a pint of milk, a tank of petrol, a takeaway, a family holiday, a weekly food shop, a night out, a first home. These used to be ordinary parts of life. Today, many people are finding that what was once normal is now becoming increasingly difficult to afford. Everywhere we look, prices seem to be climbing. Food prices have risen. Energy bills have risen, water bills have risen, rent has risen, mortgage payments have risen, council tax has risen, insurance costs have risen, train fares have risen, phone contracts have risen, streaming subscriptions have risen. The list goes on, and yet many people don't feel as though their income has risen enough to keep pace. That's where the frustration begins. Because most people aren't asking to be rich, they're simply asking for a decent standard of living. A warm home, food on the table, the occasional holiday, a chance to save for the future, a little bit left over at the end of the month. For an increasing number of people, even those modest goals are starting to feel out of reach. What makes this situation particularly worrying is that it's affecting more than just the poorest households. Teachers are feeling it, nurses are feeling it, tradespeople are feeling it, office workers are feeling it, young families are feeling it, pensioners are feeling it. People who once considered themselves financially comfortable are now watching every penny. And perhaps the biggest problem is that these increases rarely happen all at once. They're gradual. A few pounds here, a few pounds there, a slightly bigger energy bill, a slightly more expensive food shop, a slightly higher council tax payment. Individually, they might not seem catastrophic, but together they create a constant pressure that slowly squeezes household finances. Before you know it, hundreds or even thousands of pounds a year have disappeared from your disposable income. The result is a growing sense that life is becoming harder. People are cutting back, they're cancelling subscriptions, they're eating out less, they're driving less, they're delaying holidays, they're putting off major purchases. Some are postponing retirement, others are taking on additional work just to maintain the lifestyle they had a few years ago. And that's where many people begin to ask a deeper question. If technology is advancing, productivity is improving, and society is supposedly becoming more prosperous, why do so many people feel as though they're standing still or moving backwards? Why does every pay rise seem to disappear almost immediately? Why do younger generations increasingly believe they'll never own a home? Why are so many pensioners worried about their future? Why are working families struggling despite doing everything they're told to do? These are not fringe concerns, these are mainstream concerns. They're being discussed around dinner tables, in workplaces, in pubs, on social media, and in households across the country. Because the cost of living isn't some abstract economic phrase, it's real life. It's the difference between feeling secure and feeling anxious. It's the difference between planning for the future and simply surviving until payday. And perhaps that's why emotions run so high whenever the subject is discussed. For many people, this isn't about politics, it's about reality. It's about opening a bill and wondering how much higher it's going to be. It's about looking at house prices and wondering if home ownership will ever be possible. It's about checking your bank balance before doing a food shop. It's about worrying whether your pension will be enough. It's about feeling that despite your best efforts, life is becoming increasingly difficult to afford. This channel exists to explore those questions, to look beyond the headlines, to examine the numbers, to investigate the policies, to understand why so many people feel squeezed, who benefits, who loses, what is driving these rising costs. And most importantly, what does it mean for ordinary people trying to build a decent life? Because one thing is becoming impossible to ignore. For millions of people, modern life feels like it's becoming all cost and no living. Welcome to all cost, no living.